welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. Today we'll be doing a little bit of everything, including using some weights. I have had people say to me, weights are really not about yoga, Joanne, but when you're doing yoga in the chair, you have very little opportunity to build those upper arms and the upper chest. So occasionally I do add weights into the equation. Now you can use weights if you have them. You can use a spaghetti sauce can or a soup can, or you can just not use anything at all, and you can let the weight of your arm do the work too. So whatever works for you, but don't panic too much if you don't have actual weights. So a reminder that if you ever find yourself in a pose that is causing pain, back right out of that pose into wherever it wasn't bothering you, or do a different pose entirely if you happen to think of one, or just wait for us to finish that pose and then move into the next one. So we're going to begin with a little bit of a breath exercise and cat-cow combined. The breath exercise is called Ujjayi breathing, and it's where you kind of block the air that's coming in and going out until you sound a little bit like Darth Vader. So I'll do it into the mic so that you get a good idea. So I'm going to block that a little bit and breathe in. And then I'm going to block it again and breathe out. So that's the breathing we're going to do, but we may as well add a little spinal warm-up while we're doing that. My hands are behind me, something like this on the chair. You might be on the side, just wherever it works. And I'm going to inhale using that Ujjayi breathing and try and bring my chest a little bit up, and I'm going to look up, and I'm going to let my belly come out in front. Okay, so inhale. Now when I exhale, I'm keeping my hands behind me. I'm using that Ujjayi breathing, and I'm just going to allow my chest to lower and my belly to come back in towards my spine. And then inhale and repeat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And release. You want to do a little bit of lung exercise because as we get older, if you catch a cold or COVID, it tends to become a respiratory issue. So you want your lungs as healthy as they can be. Cross your right leg over your left, which might look the opposite to you. My left hand to the outside of my right knee. My right hand comes behind me and down or up on the back of the chair. Inhale tall. Exhale and look over that right shoulder. Inhale tall. Exhale and look over that right shoulder. Inhale tall. And once more. Exhale over the right. Come forward, switch those around. So now my left knee is over my right knee. My right hand is to the outside of my left knee. My left hand comes behind me and down or up on the back of the chair. And it does look opposite to you. So inhale tall. Exhale left. It doesn't matter which side you do first. Inhale tall. Exhale left. So I've continued my Ujjayi breathing for this. Inhale tall. Exhale left. You didn't have to, but I just did. And now I'm going to stop with that. My right hand comes to the outside of my left knee, but they're not crossed. Okay, so that might look opposite. My left hand comes up, 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 over until I'm actually bending on the right side. So I'm scrunching the right oblique. I'm opening up the left, stretching all those muscles, opening up the ribs, giving the inside organs a bit of a massage. So everything on the right side is scrunched. Then you change those hands around, and now everything on the left side is scrunched and everything on the right side is open. It's like an inner organ massage. So let's just go with that, flowing a little bit. Inhale up, opposite, left arm up. Exhale down. Now we're doing the opposite, the right arm up, inhaling. Exhaling down. So even the lungs are getting a little bit of a workout here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And exhaling down. Okay. Hands on the shoulders. Elbows are straight out. Let's just do some forward rolling with the elbows. Just working the shoulders a little bit, moving those shoulder blades back and forth. And then after about 3 times, you can change direction. So now you're just rolling those elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then opening them all the way up as you come to the front. That feels good. Must have been stiff back there. That felt really good. So I'm going to look right, bring my chin down and look left, bring my chin to a 45-degree angle to where the crease of the wall meets the ceiling, and then I'll look right, down, left, upwards at a 45-degree angle. You don't want to go any further than that. Right, down, left, 45-degree angle, and then look straight ahead into your screen, and we'll go the opposite way. You don't ever want to go more than that 45-degree and then put your neck into some kind of hyperextension. That's probably not the best thing to do. So looking left and down and right and 45 and left and down and right and 45. Last one, left and down and right and 45. Ha! And looking forward. Let's pick up those weights. So the one we're going to do today is a simple lifting up and bringing down. Now there's lots of ways to modify this. You can push your back into the back of the chair, which takes a lot of the core work out of it, and it's mostly arm and shoulder. Or you can sit forward, and now when you lift that up, the core has to work hard. You cannot bring them all the way. You can go halfway and down. You can even bend those elbows just a bit to help out. Okay, so you find what works for you, and we're going to do 10, which is a lot, or maybe 8, whatever. Okay, so, and it's slow. The thing is, you go slow. So it's slow, slow up, slow, slow down, and then you don't even wait when you're down and you start back up. There's no relaxation in between. There is constant, I'm working this, I'm going to get the most out of it that I can, and you don't actually relax the arm muscles at any point. If you need to quit after 3 or modify after 3, if you need to put these weights down and do it just with your arms, whatever you know, whatever seems to work. So we'll just do one more because we don't want to be stiff and sore and hate exercise. That doesn't serve anyone very well. And I am using them again later, but I'm going to take them out of my way because I'm standing up and I really don't want to step on them. And you would get to see some kind of whatever pose if I did step on them. So I'm facing the chair back to me, and we will turn it around later. And I'm just going to take a really lovely back stretch because after using those weights, you can probably feel it in your back, your upper back and lower back. And I just want to put my hands on the back of the chair and then walk my feet back until my back is nice and straight. So we're trying not to do a concave or even a rounded. We just want a straight back, stretched out from the tailbone to the tip of the head. The ears are between the upper arms if possible, and just enjoying that. And then we can walk our way in closer to the chair and come up on our toes and stretch really tall, like you have a bungee cord at the top of your head pulling you up. And then down on the heels, and once more, like rock right back on the heels. You see I've lifted my toes off the floor. Come back on the toes and come up. I'm coming down, and everything is slow motion. I'm hanging onto the chair. I'm not turning it into a balance at all. I'm just building strength, because we will come into a balance in a bit. Okay, taking chair pose. So chair pose is where you lead with your butt looking for the chair. Where is that chair? And you're looking with your butt until you get to a position that you can hang on to for a little bit. So don't go too far. The arms will come straight forward, and you want to try and tilt that tailbone down a wee smidge to protect that lower back. This is one of those poses that can hurt the lower back if you're not careful. Then open the one arm to the back and the other arm to the front. Doesn't matter which one you go with first. Bring both arms forward. Bring them down and back. Your legs are probably getting pretty tired about now. We're almost done with this pose. Bring both arms forward and then open that up to the other side. Bring that arm forward and then push the floor away and lift yourself up. A little bit of work in there, hey? Let's turn that chair around. And I am going to need my weights pretty quick here. But first, I want to lean over my chair. Both arms are on my chair. You can have your hands flat if you can trust your upholstery that it won't be slippery, or you can have your hands around the sides of the chair. My upholstery is pretty good, so I can put my hands on here. I walk my feet back, try and get my shoulders sort of over my wrists, bring my knee in to my chest, point it back. Well, lead with the heel. Don't point the toe. You're leading with the heel. Bring my knee in to touch the right arm. So it's my right knee going to my right arm, and lead back with the heel. Now I'm going to go across the body. I'm going to touch my left arm just down at the bottom with my right knee and come back with my heel. Once more in the chest and replace that foot. So we're doing the other side. The left knee comes to the chest, goes back and points with the heel. Comes to the chest, points with the heel. Comes to the left arm, points with the heel. Comes to the right arm, points with the heel. Back to the chest and down to the floor. and we can find our weights. Just one. You just need one weight for this one. We're just doing one arm at a time. So I'm going to put my knee on the chair. I like doing it this way because it's so stable to do it this way. One knee is on the chair. I'm just going to drop my arm straight down in front of me. And then leading with my elbow, pulling my elbow back, keeping it close to my body. Okay, so I'm not bringing it out. I've got it close to my body. I want to bring that elbow as level with my shoulder as I can make it. And back down. Again, the secret of this exercise is how slow it's going. And it's also that I don't rest at any point. So if you were to try and measure how fast to do it, it would be like 3, 2, 1, 3. You're immediately changing direction when you say 3. So 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And do you see there's no stopping at any time. That's probably been pretty close to 10. And then we can do the other side. It's important that you feel stable to do this, because if you don't, what happens is your core starts working overtime, and then you don't do what's proper position for your arm. So you can see my one leg is actually at a bit of an angle. And then this one is resting nicely on the chair. I'm using my hand for support. I'm just leaning over at a slight lean with my upper body. And I'm going to pick that arm up, bring that elbow level with the shoulder, and then bring it back down, just like I did before. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So as we continue, your belly is like, you have a wee bit of tension in the belly, but it isn't a core exercise. So you don't want to be struggling to keep your balance. You just want to be working that upper arm, so that when you go slow up, you're working that tricep, but actually going slow down, you're probably getting a bit of bicep in there too. Not much. You're not. This is a tricep workout. This is that flabby part up here. That's what it is. But by going slow back down, you kind of add a little more. So that's probably been 10. We'll just quit that and put that weight away where you will not step on it or slide, and then standing with your legs just a little bit apart. Maybe that's too far apart. I want to bring my arms over until that back foot comes up, and then bring my arms over until that back foot comes up. Okay, so and then once I've got that movement, I want to take it a little further and bring those arms towards the back, so that I'm adding value. I'm adding a bit of a twist as well. So I'm getting as much as I can, and I'm bending the knee on the one side. So I'm working this inner stuff a little bit, mostly this stuff, mostly the quad. And you might have your feet closer together. Oh, see, my mat is moving a little bit there. Okay, so let's get our chairs, and we can have a bit of a sit down here. Now we work those ankles a little bit, so we'll just bring our feet out. I'm sitting on the edge of the chair, and then I'm just going to windshield wiper my feet a little. Is that in the, yes, it is in the video. I can back up a little, make sure you can see what I'm doing. So windshield wiping. It's actually quite hard to get enough movement in there. I see one foot goes better than the other. story of my life. One side works better than the other. Okay, good. And then bring those in. We want to bring the knee straight up and then over to the side. So if you've used your right knee, you bring it straight to your right shoulder. Then you move it over to your left shoulder. Bring it back to your right shoulder. Straighten that leg out and slowly put it down. Bring that knee in I'm using my left knee to my left shoulder, and then to my right, and then to my left, and then bringing it straight out and down. And I want to do one more twist, of course. So I'm just going to do a really simple twist. Actually, I'm going to put my right ankle on my left knee. So you might have it crossed at the ankle, like that. And that's okay. That's stretching that out too. You might be able to get it up onto your knee. So this is my right ankle on my left knee. My left hand goes to the outside of my right knee. My right hand comes behind me. And inhale tall. Exhale back. Inhale tall. Exhale back. So you might feel a little more of a stretch in the hip. Inhale tall. Exhale back. Coming forward, we just changed that all up. Our left ankle comes on our right knee. Our right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. The left hand comes behind. You inhale tall and you exhale left. You inhale tall and exhale left. Inhale tall and exhale left. And then facing forward, putting that all down. So if you enjoyed the video, I hope you subscribe and press the bell so that every time I post a video, you're notified that it's come in. And let's just do a little bit of a relaxation here. So go ahead and close your eyes. When your eyes are closed, just let your legs get super heavy. Right down to the feet. And then let your arms get heavy. Push your back into the back of the chair. Let your arms get heavy, your legs are heavy, your feet are heavy. And then relax those muscles on your face. So start with your cheeks, just relax that. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth and just let it come off the top of the mouth and be loose inside. You're releasing that lower jaw from the upper jaw. And then relaxing along the eyes, the outside of the eyes, the top of the eyes where your eyebrows are, and your brow. And then slowly opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me this morning, and may your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.